Alright, so do you have any pictures of like what you want it to look like? Maybe. Or
a little bit like him.
not entirely.
Like, I'm not gonna style exactly like he does it, but just like I like his volume that he has. Maybe like a little bit more volume right here.
Okay.
But overall, like kind of like that, and then a little bit of length back here, but pretty much I want the whole length off. The whole length off. Okay.
All right, man. So we have a transformation video for y'all, as you can see, and I'm gonna come right out and say it. I ain't even gonna lie. Your boy got lost in the sauce on this one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all could relate, especially when just getting started in something. And you can see Jerry coming over, tying the hair up. This guy actually donated his hair, so we wanted to make sure, you know, we cut it off right where it needed to be cut. But as I was saying, you know, when you're barely getting started in something, you know, you might know pretty much what to do, but when you're newer at it, it's easy. You know, when you're doing it, when you're actually doing it and not in practice, to get lost, bro. I literally, like, once I started on this, I just blanked. I've been focusing on, you know, obviously the shorter haircuts, what we get more often in the barber shop. This, I would say, is definitely more of a hairstylist haircut. But, you know, I'm open for anything, so I don't turn nothing down. I took it on, and as you can see right here, we're cutting off the ponytail, making sure that, you know, we cut it off right so my man could go ahead and donate this. And it was a lot of hair. It was a lot of hair.
Look at that, man. It's a completely new mask. That's a trip.
I'll put it.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah, you could hear him. You could hear him in the background. Everybody was tripping out on the transformation. But yeah, man, you can see already a lot of hair gone, and we're about to get started with the cut, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I started off good, you know, sectioning it. You know, this is where, you know, I believe you should start when doing this type of cut. So I'm sectioning it off, sectioning the sides, basically the top from the bottom, and just continuing to section it here. And at this point, you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, how am I going to attack this? You know, the whole time, as soon as he showed me the picture, I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to attack this? You know, and like I said, man, I just drew a blank. Like, looking back at it now, I know, like, okay, take vertical sections, you know, get it to the certain length. And right here, right here, I'm just switching back and forth. Like, okay, I don't want to seem like I don't know what the hell I'm doing to this guy. I don't want to scare him. So I'm just pulling it back to where I feel like it could be. And honestly, I'm lucky that I didn't mess up right here. I got it just about right. I was going to do this all the way around at first. I was just going to follow the shape of his head. And then, you know, I kind of started second guessing that. And, you know, this is where I was like, yo, what am I doing? I can't figure it out. So, like I said, looking back at it now, I would have just pulled vertical sections and went evenly through. You know, right here, I wasn't trying to do sections, so you could see me trying to figure it out. And finally, I just say, yo, Jerry, come through, bro. And he came over. He's basically, you know, wetting the hair, which, you know, I should have done that as well. He's re-clipping it for me. That clip I have is not the best clip. But you see, and this is what he does right away. Pulls the vertical section. And Jerry, this is a benefit of, you know, having Jerry as a mentor, because Jerry is a barber, been doing it for 20 years. And he's a hairstylist. Been doing that for over 10 years. So, you know, I get to learn more than just cutting hair. But he's basically now taking, you know, the guide that I put in and following it all along the head there, the shape of the head, evening it out. And he's just gonna pretty much guide me through this cut, you know. A lot of this was me getting lost, and then, you know, calling Jerry over, getting lost, calling Jerry over. And yeah, man, it's just that thing, like I said, you know, when you're first getting started in something, I just drew a blank on this one. But it was a good learning experience, you know. You see me coming back in here now, And basically what Jerry told me to do is just take those vertical sections. He told me to do vertical or horizontal, which I chose to do vertical. And I should have honestly been taking sections. It's a lot easier. I'm sure, you know, the more experienced hairstylists or barbers in here would agree. You know, taking sections, staying organized, it's gonna allow you to be more efficient. And I was just trying to, you know, pull the hair out and find the guide, which I kept getting lost. You know, right here I was doing all right. But once I was getting more towards the back, more where there was, you know, more hair to work with, especially on that side. I don't know why I struggled a lot more on that side. But, you know, going back, I definitely would have wet the hair a lot more and just taken clean sections vertically all the way around the head. And I feel like I would have got this cut done way quicker. This took me a good amount of time. And like I said, a lot of it was just me not knowing what I was doing, but just staying busy, like making sure not to mess the hair up, but trying to act like I was busy. You know, right here I'm just taking vertical sections, and you know, pretty soon I'll call Jerry back over. You'll see me look over there a few times. I'm already like, okay, what now? You know, I'm pulling the hair out, getting lost. So if you're a beginner barber or beginner hairstylist watching this, just learn from my mistakes. For sure, make sure to take those clean sections so you know exactly what you're doing and you can stay organized. But also another thing for me is I have seen cuts like this. I have learned a little bit about cuts like this. You know, I know what to do. Obviously, like I keep saying, now looking back on it especially, but I hadn't done it enough, or I haven't done it enough to the point where, you know, I know exactly what to do, what process I'm gonna use, you know, what system I'm gonna use throughout the whole cut. So, you know, when you're under the pressure of a paying customer that's in there, you know, it's easy to draw a blank, and that's pretty much exactly what happened to me. You know, I've been focused mainly on the short haircuts, getting a lot better at that. You know, I feel like I've gotten to a point where I could give a decent haircut. Now I'm just, you know, polishing up, working on my time, you know, not keeping them in the chair for too long. That's something I'm working very hard at right now. And then the back is a real, you know, that's the spot where I'm really trying to focus on getting better at right now. The sides, I feel like I could blend pretty well, but the back and keeping everything consistent, that's where your boy is struggling at right now. But you'll see that in the other videos where we're, you know, cutting shorter hair. But as for this one, you see me keep, you know, looking at Jerry, and Jerry's cutting hair as well, you know. So for me, he always tells me, you know, don't worry about, you know, bugging me, whatever. You can see I'm wetting the hair a little more right there because your boy is lost. Definitely lost in the sauce right here. But he always tells me not to worry about bothering him. But for me, you know, it's hard not to feel like that when, you know, Jerry's busy. And especially in this cut, I had to call him over about, I don't know how many times. Y'all will see throughout the video, I called him over several times. And yeah, man, right here, I'm just, I was so lost that I was just like, you know what, let me buy some time. Let me shape up the sides right here. Let me edge them up, clean it up right there. And the guy looks too, like I felt like he was like, bro, does this guy know what he's doing? Like, I hope he's not messing my hair up right now. But you see, I finally called Jerry over again, and I'm just blowing the air off. I don't know if I called him over. I'm just looking over. Yeah, I don't think I called him over yet. I'm just looking over there. Oh yeah, I did. Here he comes. Cause I kept looking to like be like, oh, hey Jerry, come through, bro. So now Jerry is grabbing the thinning shears and basically telling me to go in there. He said about, you know, 2 or 3 times max with the thinning shears all around the head to kind of thin it out so it's not so poofy and so that it flows a little better. And these are all things for sure that, you know, I wouldn't have known to do without having Jerry there. So definitely, if you are looking into doing the apprenticeship program, you got to make sure that you choose the right mentor. That is extremely important. And in my opinion, that's going to determine the success you have, especially during the 2 years that you're in that program, because that's the person that you're going to be learning from the most. And for me, I feel like I'm very fortunate. You know, I've been going to Jerry for about 10 years now. He's been cutting my hair, and bro, like before Jerry, it was so difficult finding a consistent barber. So once I found Jerry, and that dude was there every single time. In 10 years, he missed about 2 appointments, you know? So it's very rare. He was there all the time. Dude's a workhorse. And he's just a good dude. So for me, I knew I was in good hands. And then not to mention the fact that he is both a barber and a hairstylist. So I'm learning everything I need to know about shear work, cutting hair, basically everything I need to know, bro. I get it all in one. So you got to think when, you know, determining what you want to do, apprenticeship, barber, school, you know, what are your goals? What do you want to do in cutting hair? Do you want to just focus on, you know, barbering on the shorter haircuts, or do you want to do a little bit of both? You know, for me, I want to be well-rounded. I want to be able to cut any person that comes into my chair, whether it's long hair, short hair, anything that comes into my chair. I want to be able to take it on and do an amazing job at it. So I feel like, you know, having Jerry, who does everything, like I'm gonna be able to learn so much. If I want to go watch him do women's hair, I could do that. You know, coloring, men's hair, I have it all right there. You know, and as well, the apprenticeship program, the teacher that I chose with that, he's super cool as well. You know what I'm saying? And that he runs a successful salon. So you can see the dude looking at his hair right there. He was nervous, bro. I could tell. And I went over there. I grabbed Jerry real quick.
So down here, I'm pretty sure you can't see it in the back of the picture, but I'm pretty sure over here it's like a lot more.
It looked like there was some hair there, but
It's on the shorter side. So you have to option either go up with it, which is gonna give it more of a like more harsher look, or go clip by clip with like a stick. I would start with the stick and then just go down with it, and it's gonna give you a soft.
Any class for the weekend or what?
you want the softer look, right? Or what do you want like a cleaner look or more like natural, flowing?
The picture
look?
looks more like a natural.
Natural's good. Yeah.
And maybe stop like at a 3. This is like the difference where like how I learned how to cut hair. You see, when I was cutting down hair, I wasn't giving it too much attention because of the same thing. Most people were doing the opposite, but in my head, so I know I'm gonna do this. And now this, once you're done with this, that's where you're gonna check it out. And then everything.
So that's dope. You get to hear a little bit of the teaching there. I wish I could have showed more of that, but it was really loud in the shop that day, and my mic, you know, the mic I usually use was dead. You know, my wireless mic that I keep on me, that if I had that on, then I could have showed, you know, all of the times Jerry came over and was teaching me. But it was super loud, so I wasn't able to show a lot of that in this one. But I'm gonna make sure to stay on it to make sure that my mic is always charged. That way y'all could see those moments, because I feel like it's really dope to be able to see those teaching moments, especially for beginner barbers and hairstylists. But this was a dope technique, I guess you could say, that Jerry showed me to do, which was basically going with the grain of the hair with the clipper as opposed to using the shears, to basically get this part down a lot quicker, you know, and it makes it a lot softer going with the grain. Still accomplishing that natural look, but doing it in a much more efficient way, which I would like to be able to get efficient with the shears to be able to just do that. But for me right now, in this moment, I definitely appreciated that, because your boy, as you can see, man, and I've been saying throughout this whole video, I was definitely struggling. And I feel like he could feel that too, obviously, because you could look, like, you see the expression on his face, and especially when I left, he was looking at the mirror. So he definitely knew I was more green at this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm already calling Jerry back over again, you know. So right here, I'm just shaping up the bottom, trying to do as much as I can, you know, in between when Jerry was coming over and, you know, I was doing my thing. But there Jerry is again, basically telling me where I need to clean it up at and what all I got to do left. So I'm just asking him here, you know, how he likes the back, if he wants it, you know, squared, round, if he wants it a little more, you know, natural and flowy. So I feel like that's an important thing to do. Make sure you know exactly, you know, what the client is looking for, and don't just try to wing it and do what you think is best. So he told me he wanted it a little more cleaned up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going in with the trimmer there, cleaning everything up. But as I was saying before, you know, with the mentorship, with the apprenticeship program, just do your due diligence. I feel like for me, it's a much better option, you know, than the barber school. And we'll make a dedicated video to that very soon. But you just got to make sure that you get the right mentor and you choose the right apprenticeship program. Even though you don't spend too much time in the apprenticeship program side of things, like I guess it's called the Apprentice Academy or something like that. But with that person, you don't spend too much time. At least in you know how I'm doing it, it's only once every other week. You know, whereas I'm in the shop all the time, every day. So you mainly got to make sure you pick the right mentor, you know, someone that's gonna have time for you. And like I said, man, we'll make a dedicated video to all that very soon. But I'm really enjoying, you know, what I'm doing and the situation that I'm in, you know, with the mentor that I chose and the apprenticeship program that I'm in. You know, it's been an amazing experience, and honestly, I feel like I'm very fortunate. I say it all the time, but so I mean, I feel like I'm just setting myself up for success with what I'm doing and the people that I'm learning from. And you can see right here, we're pretty much finishing up the cut. I'm just looking for little inconsistencies, but I feel like it's pretty good. But let me know what y'all think. Right here, you can see the before, and this right here is the after. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Your boy struggled, but we got it done, man. I feel like it didn't come out too bad, and the client was happy, as y'all could see. So that's all that really matters, right?